let's match the draw result. All you need to do is play now and watch your mobile wallet fill up with the winnings. All you have to do is just pick up your phone and dial star 446 hash or visit dewa.com.nla and play now. Also, you can follow the Ghana Premier League on all our socials so that you don't just miss anything from the goals, the tackles, the thrills, and the player and coaches interview. All you need to do is just follow us on Instagram. It is Ghana League _ on X, it is Ghana League. TikTok, it is Ghana Premier League. Snapchat, Ghana League as well. YouTube, you can watch the highlights on Ghana Premier League, and Facebook, it is Ghana Premier League as well. My guest today, a familiar face, one who is a veteran as far as this job, sports journalism is concerned. He knows the two clubs very well, and today he has joined us to do the discussion. Mr. Jeffrey Asare. Ebo just hit him back. Well, it's part of the job. Well, Mr. Asare, you're back here for Aduana Asante Kotoko. This is a blockbuster game.
It's a very difficult game. It's going to be very interesting, very exciting. It's a rivalry. If you take Asante Kotoko, this is Aduana's difficult game and Kotoko's difficult game. It has tradition and it has everything.
Last season, Aduana came here and lost, and this time they want to put things right, and there's more to discuss, but we'll take a quick breather. We will be right back. Kotoko coming up against Aduana FC, and already the stadium is buzzing. The Aduana fans surprisingly are here very early, and they are here in their numbers. They are very loud and are confident going into this one. But the two teams have arrived at the venue currently warming up. But we'll take you through how they both got to the Baba Yara Sports Stadium for this big clash. It's a game that is fit for the gods, and we cannot miss it. That is why we're bringing you this game here. So here with Jeffrey Asari, and we'll be looking at how these two teams actually made their way to the Baba Yara Stadium. But Jeff, I mean, interestingly, you can see the Aduana fans are here in their numbers, and they are already louder than the Kotoko fans.
The confidence that is brewing in the Aduana team is incredible. And you look at the supporters, the numbers they have here, the confidence with they are shouting, they are singing, they have a belief that even though they drew a game medium at home, this is a game where they have the confidence that they will pick a point in this particular game or win this game.
Okay, so that is it there, and they are confident going into this. So, the teams have arrived at the venue. As I said, it was Asante Kotoko, the home side, that made their way to the Baba Yara Sports Stadium before they were joined by Aduana. So this is how Kotoko, after 2 games on the road in Accra against Heart-to-Folk and against Vision, they are back to the Baba Yara Sports Stadium and are very confident. The likes of Baba Yara are all in the team, but he has a place on the bench. I will take you through the lineup pretty shortly, but this is how the Porcupines made their way to the stadium. That the soccer is starting in today's game. This is the dressing room. Remember that there's no Kamara, so Aziz Dari would be in post for them. And also the likes of Lord Hilary Adabo are all playing. Hine also in there. And we have the likes of Amwa all in the squad for Asante Kotoko today. They are just beautifully arranged there, and it promises to be an interesting one. There's no Hubejewu for Asante today, so the likes of Tinedu would have an opportunity of being in the team and starting this one. So that is for Asante Kotoko. For Aduana FC, they came in in an extraordinary style. They came in and remained at the gate for some few minutes before they made their way to the safe zone. And today they have promised to put Asante Kotoko's unbeaten in the squad, very experienced. Also on the bench, the likes of Jenfi Kamara or in the Chioba Aristica, their coach, very confident in there. And I mean, whoever wins this game would have a firm grip of the top spot, especially when it comes to who could go on and win the Ghana Premier League. The likes of, remember, Adumako, or in the, remember, Adumako, formerly of Great Olympics, now with Aduana. Alex Boache, the ever-present Alex Boache. I mean, he's been at the club forever, Mr. Jeff. It looks like he never goes away.
He's improved, he's become well composed, very intelligent, good tackler, good reader of the ball, very solid when it comes to area balls. And with his partner in Stephen Bedu, I mean, they are partners in crime when it comes to excellent defending, great organization. So when you have these two centre-backs that have played together for a long time, it means it's a very solid rock defense to beat anytime you come against them.
Of course, and for Asante Kotoko, ever since Amwa left the club, the onus have fallen on Hubeje, who is not around today, but they've scored some incredible goals this season. I mean, it's come from all angles. The likes of Seth Krejo have all chipped in. And last 2 weeks, or last week against Heart-to-Folk, it was Morfin Donzo who got the goal. How important was that goal for Morfin, a player who has come under heavy criticisms?
For a player like that, who has been playing on the shadows of Kwame Poku and Albert Tamwa, comes on from the bench, struggling to find his rhythm and find his feet. That goal was so important, crucial for the confidence of him. And then also, at the time when Albert Tamwa is not around, you need players, especially him, to step up. And that day, the penalty, he took it expertly so well. And since then, his confidence has grown from that particular game.
Of course, and this is Asante Kotoko and some of the goals they've scored this season. Hubert scoring 2 Thunderbolts against Karela. And against Heart-to-Folk, it was Morfin Dozo who stepped up to convert the penalty. Even on that day, despite the fact that Morphin was the winner, or the winner for them, a player like Peter Aqua Amidu was unplayable.
He's always been, Amidu Aqua, he's quick, pace, trickery, cut infield. He's always a mouthful for defenders when he comes 1v1 with them. He's always an exciting and interesting player to play with. So anytime he's done the Jesu Zanigoro, he will give you the best in terms of his creativity and spark.
Of course, and that is for Asante Kotoko. For Adana, they've also held their own, and they've not scored much, but they've been able to get some very crucial wins. Goals also have come from all angles, especially that goal they scored against Hoho United, Emmanuel Mafo. It looks like it's the best goal this season.
Yeah, Emmanuel Mafo, and then they also have Meshaka Free scoring the second goal. Aduana, excellent. Look, solid back four. Today, William Denchi is playing instead of Abak Adam. But the back four, you have William Denchi. Today, you have, remember, Domako, you have Alex B, you have Alex Bachi, and Stevie B. That's a consistent lineup there. You come up against Raymond Ajima, Prince. You have Raymond Ajima play Maxwell Atta, and then Henson Amponsa. Brilliant midfield, great tackle. The problem they've had is scoring. The problem they have had, they create the opportunity, but Dauda, Mafo, Meshake Free has not been clinical in front of goal. They've been inconsistent in front of goal. But today, let's see whether the luck will smile on them. If they get the passes, whether they'll be able to bury it today is a different matter. So today, let's see whether they have. The way Assassin so far, the away game they won 2 against 11 Wonders and against Hokwe. So the way Assassin is Kamara. You know, Kamara scored in the game against 11 Wonders, and then Mesake Free and Manamafo scored in a game against Hokwe United. So let's see whether the Assassins today will be able to assassinate Asante Kotoko at home.
Now, Jeff, I've watched a lot of Adana Asante Kotoko games here at the Barbaira Sports Stadium, but it looks like this one goes beyond just the 3 points. Both coaches earlier talked about the fact that this win here will be crucial to the ambition if they want to win the Premier League.
Yes, it's very important. Look, for Aduana that drop point against Mediama, they need to go and pick those points elsewhere. The next game they are playing is against Asante Kotoko, and you expect that and you know, Aduana, when they come to Kumasi, they will play so well, but unfortunately sometimes they lose by a goal to nil. So this time around, the team is quality than last season. They lost here by a goal to nil. So they are beaming with a lot of confidence that come day. You know, my brother Atapoku is the CEO, and he's bent on making sure that he put a halt to the Kotoko unbeaten run. Whether that will happen or not, well, we wait to see.
Well, in a few minutes' time, the game will kick off here at the Barbaira Sports Stadium. But as I said, they were supporting us to bring you the Ghana Premier League in the comfort of your home, and they say end your day like a champion with day 5:39 direct. Wind down with a win at 7 p.m. with numbers 1 to 39. The odds are stacked in your favor. Multiply your stake with 5 Ghana CD in the bath by a jaw dropping 5,000. Also direct 4 and 50,000 on direct 5 when all your numbers match the draw results. All you need to do is play now and watch your mobile wallet fill up with winnings. Dial star 446 or visit dewanla.com to win a big. Atapoko is in the stands, very poised for this fixture, but we take a quick breather. When we return, I'll show you what the coaches have been saying. Premier League on TV3, powered by Adisa Production Limited. Asante Kotoko coming up against Aduana in match day 10 of the Ghana Premier League. The sun is up, and this place is really hot even before the real action happens on the pitch. That is why you can see a lot of the fans with umbrellas trying to prevent themselves from being hit by the sun. I mean, it is conducive for association football. We'll talk about that. But both coaches have arrived at the Barbera Sports Stadium. We caught up with Karim Zito. He says that he wants to continue his unbeaten run, and a win against Aduana would be massive.
Well, the result here will mean we are on target, because before the commencement of the league, we made promises to ourselves that the only thing we have to do with those of us presently with the club is to win the league, to win the knockout if possible. So now that we are in the league, definitely, especially home matches, we should win all the home matches. So it's a very tough match for me, but at the end of the day, we are sure we'll carry the day. It's very, very ready. When you look at his record of Asante Kotoko, aside the African Cup or the Confederation Cup, all the 3 matches he kept clean sheet, which tells you he's on course. So I don't have anything to worry about. Well, I told him this is the beginning, but he has a lot to do for the club, seriously, because he was here because of him as a striker, and then again, unfortunately, the other one helping him is not there. So all pressure will be on him till we are able to register somebody. So you should take it easy, calm, and listen to learn. Because I've started working with him individually based on his shortcomings. So the most important thing I told him, you should pay attention to me, and then you should learn from what I'm telling him, and that will make him good. So he's doing his best.
Head coach of Asante Kotoko, Karim Zito, these days he says if you don't add the kabute, he will be in trouble with you, and he believes that the win today would be massive for him. For the head coach of Aduana FC, Choba Aristika, he has also talked about how important a win would be for him. It will solidify their position at the top of the table and also ensure that they send a signal to the rest of the Premier League clubs. But this is how Asante Kotoko are lining up today in this clash in the 4-3-3 system, where we know that the likes of Seth Kwajo are not going to start this game. So Abla would be coming into the back to pair with the likes of Samba O'Neil. Then we would have, with Henry Ansu, then Samba O'Neil would actually be in the midfield. That is the changes that Asante Kotoko have made. So let's listen to Choba Aristika, who believes beating Kotoko will send.
Yes, the last 5 games the player is working in the group, is working in the progress, in the training and in the game. And from this gradually you will go in the top. It's the first position, but in the back is more team have only 1 point against us. More team is like fighting from the first position. This is the situation coming today from protect our position inside in the game. Our team and us respect the opponent. You have the good team. You have the individual player very, very good. I know the squad from the Kotoko, but also our team is working in the group inside in the pitch, and I think this is the balance today. Aduana start working together, team inside. Kotoko have individual player better, but today these 2 points is equilibration about our team. Is working discipline, tactic inside in the pitch, and he tried the best from positive points today.
Choba Aristika, the head coach of Aduana, he has been in and out of the club and is back this time determined to lead them to win the Ghana Premier League. Aduana have already won the Ghana Premier League twice and are looking at adding a third. But let's look at how they are also lining up today. We know for sure that the centre-back pair will not change because Anochi Bedu is back to the club and he'll be partnering Washi in there and Watson and William in Tori Denchi also in there. Atta also starting in there for them. So Aduana coming with a full house, and it looks like they are really in for the 3 points.
Yes, I mean that's a combative midfield. Raymond Ajiman, Maxwell Atta, and then Henson and Ponsa, who is for me the most improved player of the team, they are going to work a lot without the ball. Ponsa and Maxwell Atta are going to work without the ball. Now, Kotoko are coming up with Samba Ondel in defensive midfield, Tinedu and Adabo. So the only problem there is the lack of my creativity called Hubert's suspension. That is a big blow in the middle there. But it will depend on how Tinedu is able to carry the ball to the attackers.
Now we've seen, Samba in midfield before. He's partnering Tinedu, and Ablo will be playing with Enria. So a partnership we've not seen that much. Can Aduana really capitalize on that?
They can, but Samba playing DM is solid. Yeah, the few times that he's playing in that position, he's been solid. He's a quality player. It doesn't matter what you put him, he will deliver at his best. So the only problem is that is where we see how best Tinedu will be able to send the passes up front to the players that are Donsu and Peter Midwapa.
No Kamara in for Kotoko today. Dari Aziz Haruna, another opportunity for him.
Well, anytime he's been called upon, a game against Vision, he was imposed, he distinguished himself. So he's a good goalkeeper. I bet he was always top class in post. So it's not a business at all for him. For her to say, because Kamara is not playing, there are question marks. He's a very good goalkeeper and he deliver. And it's an opportunity for him to also excel and compete with Mohamed Kamara. Now,
one of the players that made a name for himself in the Ghana Premier League is Meshach Efie. These days he plays for, Aduana. And this is a big opportunity for him coming up against Asante Kotoko.
Big for him. He needs to establish himself. Since he came to Aduana, he's been doing quite well. The last time he scored was against Hawaii United. Since then, he's not scored. He needs to take an opportunity, seize this moment, and make it count. This is a game that the club cherish so much.
Well, Karim Zito has signaled us that we should leave because he wants to play football. So we are leaving and we're handing over to our team of commentators, Nana Dakwajesi and Calvin Ouso Ansa. Enjoy the first 45 minutes. It's Aduana coming up against Asante Kotoko.
A Sunday special at the Babayara Sports Stadium, match day 10 of the Ghana Premier League between unbeaten Asante Kotoko and the league leaders Aduana FC. These two teams come into this game with a very confident mood. Asante Kotoko on the back of a drawn game against Vision at midweek in the outstanding fixture and that 1-0 win over Harzeville last weekend at the Accra Sports Stadium. Aduana are unbeaten in their last 5 Premier League games. They've gone 4 wins and a draw in their last 5. My name is Nana Dakwa Jesse, together with Calvin Owusu-Ansah. We're your commentators for this afternoon's fixture here in Kumasi.
Well, this is a beautiful game to behold. The two sets of teams, despite the rivalry on the pitch, it goes beyond traditional antecedents. But you look at the performance from this season's league, it tells to be a tale where Karim Zito's resilience would have to be tested by Choba Aristika, who is very much experienced in the league as well.
Aduana have found some rich vein of form in recent times, trying to build a very solid unit in anticipation of winning their 3rd Premier League title. Choba Aristika has really put up a formidable squad, and that's the traveling fans from Doma. They are confident about this particular season, so everywhere they've gone, they've traveled along with the fans, and today is no exception here in Kumasi.
There's been extra energy for them to see the fans travel all the way from Doma to various venues, and especially to the Barbara Sports Stadium. They should be the ones to add that extra energy and bite to the Aduana team to perform.
There we go, Team emerge out of the tunnel. Samba O'Neill leading Kotoko out with Alex Boache, the Aduana captain, with a bandage head this afternoon here in Kumasi. I'm wondering whether that bandage is a result of a head injury. That would mean that Boache will be playing with extra precautions in this afternoon's game.
This is a game he cannot afford to give less than what he's capable of. It's going to be quite difficult, but having that bandage on and ready to play gives you a signal that he's ready to do battle.
The last time Aduana visited this venue, Asante Kotoko emerged champions from that contest. Last season, Kotoko actually got a double over Aduana, beat them by 2-0 in Doma Hinkro. Kwame Opoku scored for the Porcupines at this venue when Kotoko won the reverse fixture. Asante Kotoko have paraded familiar faces for this afternoon's fixture. Aziz Dari, second straight start in the absence of Kamara, who is away with the Guinea national team. Esiedu and Amwa maintains their places on the flanks in defense, and Ablo comes into partner Henry Enso with Captain Samba O'Neill shifting into midfield after Seth Kujose withdrew from the squad. Tinedu steps in, a very rare start for Tinedu. This will be his only 8th start since joining Asante Kotoko. Samuel Tinedu.
Bokari Zito had no option, and he had to bring Samuel Tinedu into the team and put in Samba O'Neill in midfield. It's quite unfortunate the Porcupines are missing two of their most enterprising players. Dr.
Imoro Osman is our centre man. He's assisted by Peter Dosa and Suleiman Adin with Graham Emmanuel as our 4th referee for this afternoon's contest. Aduana have made 2 changes to the team that drew against Madiama last weekend. Prince Osei maintains his place in post. Denchi comes in to replace Abubakar with Anochi Bedu, keeping his place alongside Captain Boache. Remember, Aduma Kumwatson on right back, Arthur, Sana and Arjaman, Mezaka Frie, Amponsa and Emmanuel Mafu in a 3-man attack for the Oja boys this afternoon in Kumasi.
Well, a mix of experience and youth for them, and if you look at the bench, they have loads of experienced players that they can bring on in the second half to alter the game for them. It looks quite interesting. The setup from Aristika today, like for like, in Tori Denchi back at left back.
Abdul Karim Zito is optimistic with a rich vein of form from his side. They cannot afford to lose this game in front of their home fans this afternoon at the Baba Yara.
But especially losing just one league game in the last 20 competitive fixtures clearly gives you an indication that he's ready to get the very best of results as they chase for the Ghana Premier League title this season. They even have 2 games in the fridge, and winning this would be a major boost to putting one of their assailants just off the mark to challenge them for the GPL title.
Aduana clearly knows too well, like Kotoko, a win for them will put that ambition of the title chase really on course, and this man had been tasked with that responsibility of delivering Aduana's only 3rd Premier League title, having won the title in their debut season of the Premier League back in 2009 under the late Herbert Addo. Can Aristika rewrite the script with the Doma Bay side?
He understands the local game perfectly well, and he's handled this Aduana team so many times that understands the culture and dynamics. He should be able to work them towards a good charge this season, but as to whether they get a victory in Kumasi, that's the task to surmount today.
Match day 10 of the Ghana Premier League at the Baba Yara Stadium. Asante Kotoko against the league leaders Aduana FC. The 2 captains, Samba O'Neill and Alex Boachi, have been called up by referee Moro. And wait for the 2 before commencement of this game here. Aduana have been led in attack this afternoon by the informed Emmanuel Mafu, who kicks us off for this afternoon's fixture here at the Baba Yara. Izaki Frie wins the first throwing for the visitors. Here is Mafu.
We'll be very much interested to see how this battle goes. Very huge figure in Ablo. Mafu with his trickery would have to be a bit physical as well.
Adana on the move. Arthur tries to pick out a free air. He swings in across. And Amwa calmly heads it down to Dari. Good communication between the right back and his goalkeeper. And so he's trying to pick out Donzo. Donzo unable to get that one. Alex Boache falls on to Anochi Bedu. Samba gives away possession. Bench's ball dropped down by Ensu in a beautiful manner, applauded by the fans. Here is Lord Armoire to Aqua. Aqua is trying to cut it back for Tinedu. Here is a double. Samba switches to Saka Dauda. And Saka is unable to get the needed control of that good pass from Samba.
The idea was clear, just trying to maintain the control of the game, but it hasn't been too easy for both of the teams. It needs some time for any one of them to settle.
Arthur Mizaki free. Maxwell Arthur comes under pressure from Saka Dauda and he wins the foul at the expense of Kotoko.
A very good midfield, you contrast. That is best for Dreams FC. Hamdo Karimzito knows him very well, I'm sure. Might have some notes for Samba O'Neill and Tenedu at the heart of midfield.
Arthur, originally a right back, later converted to a central midfielder where he so far excelled in that role. There is a Sedu for Kotoko. Refreshing to see Joseph Ablo return to the Kotoko starting lineup, having gone down with injury. Henry Ensu took that opportunity and he since then looked back. Ablo's balling. Again, is Saka Dauda the target. He comes up against Adoma Kubuaten. Samba. Double. Here's the Kotoko's keeper. Tinedu goes down. Kotoko gets the free kick. Raymond Ajiman with a tackle on the Kotoko midfielder.
He clearly looked over his shoulders and realized that was the intent of Raymond Ajiman. Easy foul to give away.
The Kotoko captain unhappy with the reaction of the Aduana FC players, and Imoro Osman is trying to stamp his authority, asking Arthur to just get away and go back.
There's going to be a lot to take to lose this particular game. 100% concentration as you keep your cool. It's very much important not to attract a card very early.
Kotoko have a free kick and Esedu will take some instructions from his coach before this execution. Esedu steps up, swings one into the box, away by Anoche Bedu for Aduana. Back to Esedu. Again is away by Anoche Bedu. Tinedu loses possession. Here is Emmanuel Marfo for Aduana. He's got Amponsa on his left. He checks on to Amponsa. Sana is looking to drive one in, and Dari doesn't deal with it well. In Emmanuel Marfo has put Aduana ahead in 4 minutes. It's the visitors who have shot into the lead. Goalkeeper Aziz Haruna Dari failed to deal with that drive from Sana well, and the informed striker pounced on it, and it's Kotoko 0, Aduana 1. Emmanuel Marfo scoring up and go here in Kumasi.
That was a powerful drive there from Sana. Very difficult one through the area of bodies from the Kotoko team. He managed to parry it down, but it wasn't enough. The reaction from the defenders wasn't as quick as Emmanuel Mafo, always lacking the fox in the box, and he pounced on it. Easy for him. He started the entire thing and he finished it off.
Great movement from Amponsa. Lovely dummy from Sana to unleash this one, but you're thinking, could Dari have done better? Where were the defenders? Maybe he wasn't well protected, but hey, he should be dealing with that one well as he's Aruna Dari if he wants to be Kotoko's permanent #1 goalkeeper.
Questions are going to be asked as in where he parried the ball to. It was direct back into play. Mostly goalkeepers would have parried the ball to the side, but once he pointed it back directly into play, he gave an opportunity to Emmanuel Mafo, who couldn't fail to take that chance from 6 yards.
Kotoko down by 1-0 here in Kumasi at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. They now have to be chasing the game. Here is Aqua to Saka. Saka Dauda looking for space, sends in one, but it goes straight to Osei. That one will not trouble the Aduana goalie.
Well, the intent was clear. Brilliant play there from Pitamidu Aqua. Expanding that, he was waiting for it, but Saka had that instinct to strike it. Now with the venom to beat goalkeeper Prince Osei.
Esedu is trying to set up one for Tenedu, but it's cleared away by Boache for Aduana. Here is Henry Ensu. Lord Armour. Final touch coming off Amponsa. A double. He's been very consistent for Kotoko since joining from Sama takes his seat at the row. So far from the very solid partnership with the suspended Chibejeu, who is out of this game because of accumulated yellow cards. Here's Aqua. Now Marf with the goal scorer. He's up against Henry Enso. That's all to go past Enso. Now Amponsa. He's got a double to confront. Amponsa's trying to send one through to Mizaki Friye. Adabo is fighting for it. Amponsa is keeping his composure. He goes down and wins a free kick for Aduana.
There's going to be a player Kumasi Asante Kotoko are going to worry a lot about. He seems to have found his mojo, going through every little space that is offered him. He's fast and he's clever on the ball. Adabo wanted to be a bit physical, and in that part of the pitch you need to be a bit more careful for such a player.
One of the most improved players in the RST Kachoiba setup. Remember, Duma Kubwatin's Kela just goes off for a goal kick. Anochibedu's clearance on his first. Samba O'Neill. Ablo. Here comes Esiedu. Good ball to pick out. Saka Dauda comes up against Aduma Kubwatin. It's brought down. Free kick for Asante Kotoko. Aduma Kubwatin completely beaten by the trickery of Saka Dauda. Had no option than to bring him down.
Well, Kumasi Asante Kotoko are resorting to the flanks where they have two of their dangerous men, Saka Dauda and Peter Amidu. They knew that is where they can clearly take advantage and create goal-scoring opportunities, and that was intelligent from Saka to win the free kick in a very good position.
Siedu sends in the free kick. Ablo is lurking but can't make any meaningful contact.
I'm not sure the routine went as expected.
Lord Amos ball in. Sambo now lurking, couldn't get the right connection. Is a goal kick.
A very tall figure, very giant figure. He leaped well, but the pressure from Anochibedu couldn't allow him to have an easy connection to that ball. And back to the free kick, not sure the routine was what we expected. There was a bit of a delay.
It's the visitors, Aduana, who have jumped into the lead here at the Baba Yara Stadium after 10 minutes of action in Kumasi. After to Aduma Kobuatin, here is Mizaki free, a bit to it by Patrick Siedu. Good track back by Arthur. The clumsy challenge by Patrick Siedu. The tackle from behind on, remember, Aduma Kobuatin.
They'll be lucky to escape the yellow card. That looks more like direct reaction from that tackle from Adumako in winning the ball. Needless. And that's still there from Patrick Siedu. It's allowed the away side of Aduana FC to settle into the game.
The last time Aduana visited the Baba Yara Stadium as league leaders was 2 years ago. And in that game, they shot into the lead through Isaac Minta, only for Kotoko to claw back and win by 2-1. Mukwala equalizing and Zeze displaying a moment of sheer brilliance to score a beauty to hand Kotoko maximum points 2 years down the line. Aduana visits as league leaders and they are up by 1-0. Is that a good call by the Aduana fans for a penalty? I doubt about that.
Well, it was a bit clumsy, but I'm sure the benefit of doubt to the referee was very close to the action. I think it was very dangerous and a bit rushed too.
Aduana have a player in the Asante Kotoko 18-yard box. That's Mizaki Friye. That's the incident. He made contact with Patrick Siedu. The question is it enough to warrant for a decision from the referee?
I think Kotoko are lucky to escape a penalty. It clearly went into the foot of his man. No contact with the ball at all. I think it happened on the blind side of the referee.
The traveling fans from Domain Crow, they've come in their numbers to push the team on. The crestfallen fabulous lads also looking on in expectation of that much needed equalizer.
Well, this is a big test for Asante Kotoko, unbeaten this season. At this point in time, they would have to claw back into the game, trying to keep their invisibility and also continue on that good form. You know, they had made progress from the last 2 games, and I'm not sure they would want to drop points at home.
It's not looking good for Mizaki Friye, the Aduana forward, who is limping off after that challenge from Patrick Siedu. Marfo bitten in the air by Enzo. Here is Maxwell Arthur. Sends the cross, but Dari will be dealing with it well this time around.
Clearly, it's been very easy for Aduana FC to run through the Asante Kotoko midfield. Maxwell's delivery lacked a bit of power and pace to find the target man. I'm not sure Dari would have wanted to spill that one too.
It's a good call by the assistant referee. Aqua failed to keep that one in. No need to complain. Good play from Marfo. Aduma Kobuatin wants to rely on his pace. Ablo shoves him down, and the flag goes up from the assistant referee, and Aduana will get the free kick.
He seems to be in shock, but clearly he blocked this man's path. It looks like
Joseph Ablo is the first player to be booked this afternoon. Yes, Asante Kotoko, centre back, just a yellow card for this very foul, deliberate obstruction.
I think it was needless. It was needless to show the elbow, pulling the elbow right into the face of Admako. Had already had the advantage of the ball.
You could tell from the reaction of Cheribari Stika, visibly angered by the foul. Free kick is taken by Adumako, defended by Kotoko, and Samba O'Neill cleverly goes to his goalkeeper with that back pass. We've gone past the quarter mark of the game, and Kotoko trailed Aduana by a long goal scored by Emmanuel Mafo.
Now Asante Kotoko have to do a lot more of the chasing, trying to find ways in which they can break through the Aduana FC. And goalkeeper Prince Osei virtually being on a holiday, not tested like the man on his opposite side.
Kerisana, beautiful turn, he finds Arthur. Boateng, Free is back on the pitch and trying to get this one, but it's intercepted by Henry Ensu. Ensu and Free played together, breaking Chelsea before they both made separate moves to Kotoko and Aduana respectively. He knows too well what Mizaki Free brings into this game if it's in its elements. Malfuto, Boateng, who swings in across. No communication between Dari and Enso, but Amwa gets it away with a header. Ajiman, Amponsa, Denchi. Malfo is up against Enso. Gets the corner from his effort. Aduana not dropping their guard after that opening goal. They're still taking the game to Asante Kotoko Aduana.
And quite surprisingly, Kotoko making a lot of errors, giving the ball away easily. Don't know, that sort of confidence they played in the last two games. That's missing. And Aduana have virtually taken control over the opening minutes we've seen so far.
Watson's delivery, Dari gets something on it, and there's another corner for Aduana.
That was quite a dangerous whip. He was aiming for goal. And Dari, knowing that there was someone lacking at far post, had to quickly parry it off, and Adabo did the rest of the work. Safety first.
Another corner for Aduana. Watson swings one in, and Dari has to go and save this one to deny Aduana a second. Good goalkeeping this time from the Kotoko goalie to deny Mizaki Free.
That was a very good leap there from Mizaki Free. If you look at two of the tall figures in the Asante Kotoko central defense, for him to outjump Ablo, that was brilliant leap there from him and Aziz Dari. Creditable save.
There's an injury concern for Aduana's midfielder, Seydou Sana.
He seemed to have suffered a trailing arm right into his eye.
It was a powerful drive from Sana that Dari failed to deal with. That resulted in the first goal as Malfo capitalized on that poor goalkeeping to hand Aduana the opening goal here. It's 20 minutes at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium in Kumasi. Aduana lead Kotoko 1-0. This is the build-up to the goal. Good drive from Sana. Dari fails to deal with it appropriately, and Malfo wouldn't mind. He says thank you and just buries the ball at the back of the net for the opening goal. Watson's corner to the near post is cleared by Lord Armour. Maxo Arta. Anoche Bedu. Malfo just colliding with Aziz Dari and has left the two players down. The Kotoko goalkeeper and the Aduana striker.
Well, I think that was pretty dangerous there. Intelligent play, playing it back. But that was clearly an offside. But you can't fault him. Malfo is looking for goals. No, it was close.
The assistant referee had the flag down, so
it was close. It would have counted if he had gotten a touch.
It wasn't an offside, so Malfo knew exactly what he was doing. Malfo back on his feet. His goal separates these two sides here in Kumasi. He's been Aduana's best bet for goals this season. Siedo looking for Donzo, who's been missing in the opening 20 minutes of the game. Aqua up against Adoma Kobuatin. Goes past him. He's up against Boache. Amidu Aqua wants to cut in. Now here is Adabo. Adabo is trying to set up Tenedo. Now Saka Dauda. Lord Armour, flag stays down. Saka Dauda with a cross. And Nochibedu gets it away for a corner to Asante Kotoko.
That's the most impressive play we've seen from Asante Kotoko in this game. It was very much rehearsed, and it had to come from only one man who started the Peter Miduakwa, getting his way past Aduma Kobuate, but that delivery from Saka was always going to be stopped by Nochibedu without enough pace and power.
Patrick Esedu to take the corner for Asante Kotoko. Esedu with a whip. Ablo heads it down. Tenedo's ball calmly collected by Osei for Aduana.
Wasted there by Samuel Tenedo. You expected him to put up a better cross, but that was terrible to see from him, right into the safe arms of Prince Osei.
Tenedo has made 17 appearances for Kotoko. This is his 18th Premier League appearance. He scored just one goal in the process, and that was against Holy Stars in last season's Premier League. It's a free kick for Aduana. Mezake Friye, one player who is bent to trouble this Kotoko backline together with Emmanuel Malfo.
It's quite interesting now. Joseph Ablo with his physique is losing all the aerial battles to these guys.
Here is Efriye up against Ablo. Now Samba joins and Kotoko gets the advantage.
Very lucky there. Kotoko having gotten full control of the game, and Diana still in the driving seat.
Second yellow card of the afternoon.
That's a silly yellow card to take.
Ajiman placed himself into trouble. Needless. He called for it, and he rightly gets a yellow for it.
He's just put himself in trouble, going to walk a very thin line for the rest of the game as a central midfielder.
Ablo, the Kotoko centre back, is booked, and Ajiman, the Aduana central midfielder, gets into the books of Dr. Imoro. Purposeless one from Henry Enso.
It's quite easy making the opponent who are already in the lead have lots of time to rest and relax.
Time for cooling break. It's 25 minutes at the Babayara Stadium in Kumasi. The league leaders, Aduana, lead Asante Kotoko by a long goal scored by Emmanuel Mafo. It's been a physical contest in the opening 25 minutes. Aduana, clearly the better of the two teams. They've made the most incursions into the final third. And it's fair to say they deserve to be in the lead.
Well, it's a contest where they've been superior. They've created most of the dangerous goal-scoring opportunities and most departments of the game. They've been excellent and they duly deserve. That was a very powerful drive there from Sanen. There's a lot of talking for Karim Zito and his assistant Prince also and Hamza being to do. Can clearly see not happy with distribution and the way they have been attacking the opponent. Hamza being clearly telling Patrick Esiedu he needs to do better.
It's obvious Aziz Dari will be looking back if he sees the replay of this and ask himself whether he could have done better. He just didn't do well with this one.
Well, I'm sure by the time he realized the ball had gotten just in front of him, it was too late. And that awkward bounce right before him did him the worst, carrying it back into play. I'm sure his goalkeeper's trainer would be very much disappointed with that save he made. And also ask the reaction from the central defense. Two of them caught ball watching, and Emmanuel Mafo just went through them to pounce on that loose ball.
Not the kind of goals you want to be conceding when you know the stand competition for places in that Kotoko goalkeeping department. They're not but one goalkeeper. It's with the Guinean national team, so Dari must take full advantage of his absence. He can't be conceding these goals and still think he can be Kotoko's number one.
The question was raised because you have an able number 3 too, and Benjamin Chum on the bench. The goalkeeping unit of Asante Kotoko has been one that has been enviable for over 2 decades now. You cannot afford to be making elementary errors.
Esiedu with the chase. That's a push from behind by Mizaki Friye on Patrick Esiedu. These guys play together at Berkum Chelsea.
Yeah. They know themselves pretty well. I think the outstretch of arm there from Meshak gave the free kick away too easily.
Ablo's delivery. Arjuman heads it down. Here is Adabo. Good ball to Aqua. Amidu Aqua up against Boateng. Spits into the ball by elaborated Aqua, and Aduana will take advantage. Mafo looking for the run of Efriye. Too much on it for Mizaki Efriye.
Just like there's a lot of pressure, a lot of high press, not giving the players the luxury of time to make very good passes.
Kotoko's unbeaten run under severe threats this afternoon at the Babayara Stadium. The only team not to take defeat in the Premier League, with some 2 more outstanding games, but the league leaders have just pegged them back here at their own backyard as we approach 30 minutes in Kumasi.
And they know exactly what they have to do, trying to win back the love of the fans. You cannot afford to be losing some of these games. Very crucial game, as a matter of fact. And if you want to chase for the Ghana Premier League, the excellent away performances must be backed by strong home victories.
30 minutes at the Babayara Stadium in Kumasi. Asante Kotoko 0, Aduana 1.
Kotoko will be looking for inspiration from the right and left flanks.
No problems for Osei.
A lot of questions being asked about Asante Kotoko's attacking prowess. In the absence of Albert Momorifin Donzo, hasn't really been trusted.
Here is a free air. Again, it's a Sedu who steps in the way of Mizaka Free and gets the clearance away. Watch it. Ajiman. Atta. Watson. Good play from Aduana, combining the passes so beautifully. Here is Sana. Tries to pick out Mizaki Free with a shot across, but Ablo steps up. But already crossed the line for a Kotoko goal kick.
Well, very interesting play from Aduana. They exactly know what they are about. They pick each other with ease. And that was an intelligent pass, bar the heaviness to find Meshak Free on the blind side of Patrick Esiedo and Joseph Ablo.
Here is Maxwell Arthur charging forward. Esiedo goes down, seems to have been caught by the outstretched arm of Maxwell Arthur.
Lots of questionable decisions. Maxwell Arthur in possession of the ball, not a position you need to commit so much and be too much aggressive.
Lord Armour, Samba O'Neill. He's got Asiedu calling for it. Amidu Akwa goes past, remember Duma Kubuatin, but he does well to reclaim possession. Now Marfo, 5 goals already for him this season, the Aduana goal scorer. Amponsa pushed down by Lord Armour. A decision goes against Kotoko, greeted with displeasure from the fans.
Well, too much physical there, and I'll stretch arm from Lord Armour right into the chest of Anson Amponsa. No referee is going to use to move on with that charge.
Denchi sends one in, but it's headed back by Ablo to Samba O'Neill. Saka Dauda for Asante Kotoko. Skips past Ajiman. Shows too much of the ball to Anochi Bedu, who takes over for Aduana. Now here is Sana. Lovely play to go past Samba O'Neill. Maxwell Arthur. Good touch from a free here. Here is Boateng charging down the right. Sends one. A free here. Sets up Sana with a drive. And he missed the post by inches. That's a very impressive play from Aduana.
Very impressive play there from Ghana. They pick each other out easily. That was excellent string of passes. The pattern of play, brilliant. But that drive, always moving away from the foul post. From that area, and the quality is, they should have been able to find the target. But you can credit the charge from the Kotoko midfielder, giving him very little space and a close angle.
Here is Marfo. Can he make it two? Marfo drives one and it just goes over for a goal kick. Miscommunication, confusion, misunderstanding from the Kotoko backline. Nearly gifted Aduana the second goal. They look disorganized at this point in defense, Kotoko.
Well, very disjointed defense. And you can ask questions how the passing and the amount of space that exists between the defense and the midfield. That was terrible decision making there from Lord Amoa. Hardly will you see him make those errors.
Samba Oneo to Saka Dauda, who can't find Lord Amoa. Sana is trying to pick out Amponsa. Dada Jack back. Here comes Amponsa. Good play from the winger, Mafo. Lovely hold up play. It is still Mafo to Sana. Now Denchi with a cross in, headed back by Ablo. Adabo will take over, but referee whistles for a foul. So Asante Kotoko is quickly taken. Mizaki Frie throw in Aduana.
That is quite interesting. Asante Kotoko in the final third of the pitch are struggling to make the decisions, and Aduana very much comfortable. The experience of Alex Wachi and Anoche Bedu proving pivotal for the away team.
Aduana have visited the Babayara Stadium on 13 occasions in the Premier League. Kotoko have won 8 times, and 5 of those games have ended in draws. The only time Aduana beat Kotoko in the Premier League away from Domingo was in the 2021 season. That game was played at the Accra Sports Stadium on the 24th of January, and Samuel Bio scored a 75th minute winner for Aduana, their only win away to Kotoko, but it wasn't at the Babayara Sports Stadium.
Clearly telling you that at the Babayara Sports Stadium is quite difficult for Aduana to have the laugh over Asante Kotoko, but it looks like Kotoko would have to work beyond the limit to keep that record intact.
Here's Lord Amoa for Asante Kotoko. Tries to pick out Donzo. We've been beaten to it. Now Arthur. Malfo. Kotoko take over. Now Tenedu. He's been quiet in the game, but he does want to pick out Amoa. Amoa sends in a cross. Morif and Donzo just couldn't get to the ball early enough as Boache made the final contact. It is a corner.
And clearly that was a very good delivery coming in there from Lord Amoa. But Alex Boache with his experience leaped higher to get a connection to Claire.
It's fair to take the corner. Esedu swings one to the far end, and Abo heads it down. Arjiman Kotoko looking for the equalizer. Patrick Esedu loses possession, and Aduana will take over. And Sinan Ponsa. Denchi. That's a foul on Amponsa by Lord Amoa.
So too physical, lots of ragged challenges in there, and Henton has been having a very wonderful time today. Easy does it, going through the Kotoko team with ease.
Asante Kotoko coming up with an early substitution. Samuel Tinedu is going off for Baba Yaya. I remember last season in Samrabo against Samatex, Tinedu was subbed off before the half-time break, and today he goes off once again before halftime, and his place is taken by Baba Yaya. Not necessarily a like-for-like change, if you ask me.
I haven't been surprised. His body language, everything has been very questionable. But I'm sure at this point in time, Baba Yaya is going to add to the offensive battle, and Hilaria Dabo would have to help Samba defensively.
Tinedu have struggled for consistency since joining Asante Kotoko. Dauda, I'll say, is out enough early to prevent Kotoko from causing any problems.
That was quite another interesting one in there. Saka Dauda. But very intelligent goalkeeping. Promo say he sensed the danger and he was out early to grab that.
Before half-time, Kotoko still trail Adana, the leaders of the Premier League, by a lone goal. Saka Dauda. Here is Morifin Donzo. He moves into goal-scoring position and his shot is blocked by Sana. Samba O'Neill! Great effort, missing target from the Kotoko captain.
That was the best run of play you would have seen from the Asante Kotoko team. Clever from Donzo winning that aerial tussle, but his decision. Very good defensive work there from Sana. Samba O'Neill with a blast there. That is the most dangerous Kotoko attack throughout this game. The captain had to take one from a distance. Adana were lucky to get a goal. Unfortunately, off target.
Unlucky Samba, seeing his effort drifting wide. Ablo. Baba Yaya. Quick feet, lovely turn. He's up against Ajman. He's already on a yellow card. He should be extremely careful with dealing with Baba Yaya. He might just get a second yellow. And the matching of orders. Adabo is looking for Donzo. Boache heads it down. Here is Sana. Mafu, the goal scorer. It's a good ball to Henson, but Amwa arrives early to find his goalkeeper, Aziz Dari. Samba O'Neill. Ajman traps it down as Baba Yaya, as Amwa on his bike. Lord Amwa galloping forward in confidence. The Kotoko right back wants options. Flag stays down. Saka Dauda with a cross, and it's headed away by Aduma Kuboat, and only his first. Aqua. Good 1-2 between Aqua and Adabo. Aqua can't go past Ata, and Mizake Free arrives to clear the danger for Adana.
Kotoko gradually walking back into the game, having a fair share of possession. That was intelligent from Maxwell Ata, putting his body right in there to stop that attack.
Lord Amwa's drive, and it's a beauty. Magnificent strike. And a brilliant goal scored by Lord Amwa to equalize for Asante Kotoko. What a way to equalize. This is top class finish from Albert Amwa. It's Kotoko 1, Adana 1.
That's a fantastic finish, a power driver from the right back. Quality, touch and control, and once it dropped, he decided to hit it hard into the top left corner. There was nothing goalkeeper Prince Osei could have done about it. The clearance wasn't as significant, and he took his chance, and beautiful rocket rattling the net for Asante Kotoko's equalizer. That's a brilliant finish for an equalizer to pump up the frontier.
What a time to equalize. Just before the break, and the Porcupines are back in business. Kotoko 1, Adana 1. Lord Amwa the goal scorer. We're doing 3 additional minutes here at the Baba Yara Stadium in Kumasi.
Abdul Karim Zito will love this equalizer for Asante Kotoko. It's going to be a boost for them, but for Aduana, Aristeka would be very much dejected as in the final minute of the first half, you let down a lead.
Henry Ensu, Saka Dauda. Here is Baba Yaya. He's brought some dynamism into the Kotoko midfield. His creative spark is driving Kotoko on since his inclusion, Baba. Here's Amwa, the goal scorer. He's barely put a foot wrong since arriving from Brekum last season. He's made that right back spot his permanent role. Very impressive week in, week out. Here is Siedu, Samba O'Neill, Amidu Akwa. Loves to take on defenders. Now Esiedu Akwa can't go past Arjaman. That's clever reading of the game by Arjaman.
I think that was a very much important, clever touch from him, making sure that he was going just for the ball and not for the man. Kotoko gradually trying to push for a second before the break.
Here's Baba Yaya, Adabo. Kotoko taking control of the game at this point. Samba O'Neill is trying to pick out Amidu Akwa. Just can't get to him.
That was poor decision there from the captain. He was trying to go expansive to pick Peter Amidu. But credit to Baba Yaya. He's been the maverick in the Asante Kotoko team. Seems to be opening up the locked spaces that existed in the Aduana team.
Elsewhere in the Premier League, Dreams FC are up by 1-0 against Hoho United. 11 Wonders have just equalized against Mediama. It's 1-1 in Legon. And Holy Stars are drawing against Vision. Here at the Baba Yara is 1-1. Amidu Akwa and Boache steps out to clear the danger. Hearts of Lions are up by 1 goal against Young Apostles in Kando. We're into the final seconds of stoppage time at the Baba Yara. It's Kotoko 1, Aduana 1. Esiedu with a long throw in. Chance for a second. And Saka Dauda fails to make the most of this glorious opportunity. There's a corner for Asante Kotoko.
Morifin Donzo there making use of his aerial threat. Flicking that one onto the blind side, and he nearly caught William Intori Denchi off his mark.
Baba Yaya goes for the short corner to Saka Dauda. He gets a return. Here is Baba looking for space to drive. He sets up Esiedu and is blasted over the bar for a goal kick.
That was intelligent play there from the Asante Kotoko team, but unfortunately this time around, Esiedu with his left foot hit it too high, too much power and pace over the bar.
Esiedu unleashing this powerful one from distance. It's halftime at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium in Kumasi. The top liner has lived up to it. Truly Sunday special at the Baba Yara Stadium. Halftime, Asante Kotoko 1, Aduana 1. Lord Amos scoring the equalizer for Kotoko after Emmanuel Mafo had put Aduana ahead on the 5th minute mark of the game.
an entertaining first 45 minutes here at the Barbara Sports Stadium between Aduana and Asante Kotoko, who are the home side. It's 1-1, and it has produced everything that you want from a clash like this. I'm here with the assistant coach of Aduana, Loris Maulom. Loris, I mean, you started brilliantly, scored the opening goal, got a lot of chances, but you couldn't take them, and you've been pegged back. What needs to change in the second half if you want to win this game?
Yeah, thank you very much. As you said, we have started very well, and that's our game plan. But unfortunately, we missed few chances, and we lost concentration in the defensive of the set pieces, and that resulted in their equalizer in the goal now. So the most important thing is to work on our attacking third and then the psychological side to stay calm in the game. This is a high-profile game. Yes. There's nothing to worry about and the rest. Anything that happens, we're just going to take it up and
now, quick one. I saw you fuming on the touchline. Do you think you deserve the penalty, that particular incident?
I'm not worried. I'm not complaining about the penalty. I'm just complaining what my player have to do at that moment. Whether the ball in favor of us or not, there's something they have to do, or the players have to do. So I don't have to say about the penalty issues, but I just have to say about my players rearrangement.
Okay.
When the game is going on.
Now let's see what happens in the second half. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
And the second half promises to be interesting. I'll be joined by the assistant coach of Asante Kotoko pretty shortly, Coach Prince Owusu, and he will be telling us what they need to do. Now, Coach, it wasn't the best of start for you. Yeah. You conceded, but you managed to come back. Second half, 45 minutes to play for. What needs to change?
Yeah, I think immediately after the 35 minutes going, we got our feet back in the game. And we started, pushing, trying to push ahead a little bit. But I think the second half we're going to push a lot. And these boys are being motivated when these fans come behind them. Yeah. And I just saw it happening. So I know we're going to see a different game.
Now I saw you, Jojo, with Coach Abdul Karim Zito before that substitution of Tenedu and Baba Yaya coming in. What really prompted that?
Yeah, we couldn't get any creativity in the middle there. So it was difficult for us. And then we brought Baba in, and we measured up to him, and he understood it. And he felt that is the best thing to do. So we did it. Yeah.
We wish you well for the second half, and we are looking forward to that one. Coach Prince also is the assistant coach of Asante Kotoko. 1-1 here between Asante Kotoko and Aduana. We take a quick breather. When we return, I'll be joined by Jeffrey Asari.
and Maxwell controlling the midfield, took charge of the midfield. Then that moment you were talking about, King. That moment was once again Henson and Ponsa to Seydou Sana before the try. Unfortunately, poor goalkeeping by Aziz Adara. When a shot is driven to a goalkeeper, you don't parry the ball into play there. You send it sideways into touch. You understand me? Then Imanamafo follow up with an excellent rebound and score the goal.
Of course. Then I saw goalkeeper Adari exchange words with his defense. He felt that they should have been alert with that when that shot was coming in.
It's true they should have been alert, but he also took a poor decision. Once you expect them to be alert, you can't anticipate or guarantee that. But do your job. He failed to do his job, so he had no business querying them at that time when he has failed to do his job.
Of course, and Sana has been unplayable in this game.
He's been brilliant in this game. I mean, he was controlling things. He, Meshake Free and Mafo has been brilliant. Look, he gave a pass to Mafo, and then you see Aziz Daria to tip it to corner. And then there was that 1-2 between him and then Meshake Free also on the right side, and he was able to put that one over the bar. So it's been excellent performance from Seydou Sena and Henson and Ponsa.
Now it was a dream start for Aduana, dominating the game, creating all chances. They felt they should have been given a penalty by referee Moro Osman. From where you sat, you think it would have been a legitimate goal?
So my question always is that tackle, if I have had happen in the middle of the park anyway, it's a free kick. If it's a free kick, that should have been a penalty.
Then Aduana, had to still create a lot of chances. It looks like the Kotoko midfield was non-existent. Tenedu together with Samba O'Neill was just not working.
No, they were neutralized. The game was controlled by the Aduana midfielder. And you realize on few occasions when Sakadada decided to go wide left, you have Stephen Bedu making sure he's closing him down. I mean, on 2 occasions he closed him down. You have Patrick Asiedu send an excellent cross. Bedu and Alex Bachi defending very, very well. So it was very difficult for Kotoko to create any spark in the middle of the park. So that was what led to the change that Tinedu out and Babaya in.
Now you are talking about the lack of creativity in that Kotoko midfield. It has had a really huge impact on them until we had Babaya coming on for Tinedu. That change, do you think it was a perfect one at that point?
It was crucial at that point because Kotoko was playing so deep, we're losing possession, we're not seizing the moment in the midfield. They were allowing Aduana to have a full day in midfield, so it gave Aduana a lot of attacking options to set forward and create a lot of opportunities.
Of course, and out of the blue, Asante Kotoko also got that goal. A powerful driver from Lord Amua eluded a goalkeeper. So it looks like it came off an Aduana player before going in.
Yeah, I think so, slightly. But the point is that one, they were not expecting a drive from Lord Amua. So the entire defense and entire goalkeeper, they were stunned by the strike. But that's a wonderful strike from a defender. He's good at that, but just that he's not consistent.
Of course, and that is how things went there. It's 1-1 between Asante Kotoko and, of course, Aduana here. Second 45 minutes coming your way, and it promises to be a very interesting one. Let's take a quick breather. We will be right shortly. We'll be kicking off with the second half here at the Barbayara Sports Stadium. So 1-1 between Asante Kotoko and Aduana. Now, Jeff, second half coming up. What do you expect, especially from Asante Kotoko, now that the fans are in their numbers and are behind them?
Well, I expect Kotoko to create more opportunities. Barbayara is in, so there will be more creativity up front. I'll expect that they will push forward more than in the first half. And then for Aduana Stars, I expect them to learn to be clinical in front of goal. They are creating the chances, but the clinical finishing is the problem. They should have been at least minimum 2 goals up in the first 45 minutes.
Now, it looks like the last 10 minutes of the game, Aduana lost team a bit and Kotoko were attacking them. 1 point wouldn't be bad for Aduana. Do you expect them to be more conservative in the next 45 minutes?
I mean, they should play compact, but create opportunity and go for the kill. I mean, this association football where 3-point matters, especially when they drop point at home against Mediama. So I expect that they played very tight, but when the opportunity comes, they should at least try and get a goal.
Of course, and there are a lot of players that Aduana can also call on, the likes of Sam Adams, Bright J, Charles Jemfi Kamara, or on the bench. Is it time that Chuba Aristika dips his hand into the bench pool?
Well, I think that when the game is ongoing around 70th minute and things are not good, you can be able to take Meshaka free, a very experienced Bright J or Kamara. Kamara has proven that when he comes on as a sub, he does well. So either Kamara, Charles Jemfi, or Bright J, the two of them can come on in the second half.
Of course, and for Asante Kotoko, Kwame Poku is back. 45 minutes for him?
Oh, maybe a 30 minutes for him will be good. I mean, Kwame Poku is always Kwame Poku. His presence alone could create problem for Alex Boachi and Bedu. You understand? So you need him to come in maybe the last 30 minutes where you work on the defense, run them down and create opportunity. And you know that when he's given opportunity, he's very clinical in front of goal. So you need him in the latter stage of the second half to come and work the Aduana centre backs down and then create the needed explosive opportunity for Kotoko.
Okay, so that is it. The players are coming out for the second 45 minutes. It's 1-1 between Asante Kotoko and Aduana, and I hand you back to a team of commentators, Nana Dakwa JC and Kelvin Ouswansa. See you after the game.
Welcome back for second half of this top liner in the Ghana Premier League match day 10. Asante Kotoko, the home side, went into the break with an equalizer. A wonder goal from Lord Amwa to bring them back into business after Emmanuel Mafo has shot the visitors into the lead before the 5th minute mark of the game. Kotoko had to effect an early substitution in the first half. A tactical one, of course, as Coach Abdul Karim Zito pulled off Samuel Tinedu for Baba Yaya, who brought some dynamism and creativity into the Kotoko setup that eventually resulted in that equalizer. Back from recess, and there's all to play for. Kotoko 1, Aduana 1.
Well, it was the first half that had two different sides to it. Aduana taking control of the first half. Kotoko picked up the pieces in the latter stages of the game with that power driver. 39 minutes separating the two goals recorded. It's going to be quite interesting the second half to watch with Kotoko knowing that they cannot allow that invincibility to be lost today. We'll see how impactful Baba Yaya with his first half contribution would be the second half and how Aduana are going to respond to limiting his influence.
Emmanuel Marfo, 5 goals so far this season. Aduana have scored just 5 goals in 14 visits to the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. Yet to win a game here. Kotoko emerging winners in 8 of those 13 meetings. Morifin Donzo has looked quite lost in the game, especially in the first half. Little was seen of him. Hopefully he gets going the right way in the second half, Morifin Donzo.
Well, I think that his greatest attribute has been his aerial threat, and the man on the screen is the one who can replace him when he fails to give up his bit. But I'm sure that latter part contribution will be impactful.
He scored against Aduana last season at this venue, Kwame Opoku. His fitness has been a source of worry for Karim Zito. Ordinarily, he's Kotoko's top striker, and Morifin Donzo gets us going for second half action. Samba O'Neill with a long one looking for Amoa, who heads it down and coolly collected by Osei.
So I think the intent from Asante Kotoko is very clear. They want to start on the front foot, not like the start of the first half where they were struggling to have control of the game.
Henry Enso. Anochibedu, towering figure in defense for Aduana. One of the most experienced defenders in the Ghanaian Premier League. Anochibedu, Amoa, Enso. The introduction of Babaya has seen Kotoko double up their numbers in the final third. Here is Saka Dauda. He's up against Arjiman. Cross comes in from Amoa. A miss kick from the Kotoko captain. Remember, Domako Boateng, long one, finds no man in green.
That was very good control there from Saka Dauda. But the cross from Amoa, not very much impressive.
Morifin Donzo up against Anochibedu. Baba Amoa tries to go for goal and is blocked. It's a corner. That was a very timely reaction from William Denchi to deny Lord Amoa. He's been going for a second of the afternoon, Amoa.
And he sends that danger right behind him. They have to quickly get into position to make that block.
It's a Kotoko corner. First in the second half for the Porcupine Warriors. Esiedu, he's been taking all the corner kicks for Kotoko. Sends one to the near post. Headed away by Marfo. Adabo concedes the throw.
Not the very best of deliveries there from Patrick Esiedu. It was easy for Aduana to clear and be free from that danger. They should be maximizing the use of the set pieces they've had.
Poor header from Esiedu. Arthur finds Boateng. Remember, Domako Boateng finds Arthur. Mezake Friye. Emmanuel Marfo. Boateng. Swings in across Henriente's header. And Samba gets it to Baba Yaya, who has lost it to Arjman. Here is Boateng. Sakadada performs his defensive duties really well, and here is Samba. Morrison Donzo caught ball watching, and Anochibedu gets it away. Here is Samba for Kotoko. Fouled by Sana. Free kick for Kotoko.
Seems to be lots of confidence, lots of positivity in the Asante Kotoko play in the second half, and Adana seem to have come second best to the Porcupines.
Here is Lord Armour on the right side with a cross down, and Captain Boache arrives to clear the ball just before goalkeeper Ose will be troubled.
And you can see Armour knows that he could have done better with that decision making for a cutback. There was a loose end opening, the likes of Saka Dawda and Babaya inside the penalty area instead of going up was looking for Morrison Donzo. But clever thinking from Alex Boache.
Baba to Saka Dawda. Baba sends the cross in, but not good enough to have any Kotoko player getting on it.
The intent was clear, but the execution too heavy for any of those tall men. Into and Samba to latch on.
There's a foul on Boateng by Patrick Esedu. Kotoko is obviously missing the services of Hubert Jehu. He scored twice the last time Kotoko played here against Karela. He's out due to accumulated yellow cards. Picked up that one that took him out in that game against Vision during the midweek.
Saying that is hugely having an impact on the Kotoko play today, together with Seth Kwejo. Very much instrumental figures. A player who could have actually stepped into their shoes. Emmanuel Entry also nursing an ankle injury and unavailable for it.
That's the incident that took Maxwell Arthur down. The Kotoko medical team were just hoping for a late fitness confirmation for Seth Kojose to feature in this game, only for them to make the final decision that he's unfit to play. Maybe precautionary, because Kotoko have games to play in midweek and a tough one on Sunday against Samatex and Samraboy after clearing that Holy Stars game on Wednesday. Boateng. Good stop by Esiedu. Here is Aqua. Now Samba O'Neill. Brought down by Anochibedu. And he gets the yellow card for that cynical challenge on the Kotoko captain, Stephen Anochibedu. Second Adriana FC player to get into the book of referee Moro Osman.
He clearly knew what he wanted to do, but that was intelligent from Samba O'Neill. He quickly had to pick up that loose pass from Peter Amido Akwa, twiddled his marker. Anochibedu, with his experience, know if he had allowed Samba to surge on, it would have been dangerous for him, as he was out of position as well.
Free kick for Asante Kotoko. It's 1-1 here at the Babayara Stadium. Saka Dawda and Patrick Esedu plan to execute the Saka Dawda, and it's straight to Osei. No problem for the Adriana goalie, Prince Osei.
It was a direct strike there. He was trying to look for the awkward bounce, but Prince had made his calculations and picked it up.
Emmanuel Marfo. Martin, Seydou Sana, Alex Boche, Anoche Bedu, back to his centre-back partner. Argument to Sana. He's been awesome in midfield, Seydou Sana. His ball controlling abilities is awesome. Now, Marfo gives away possession now. O'Neill, good play from Adabo. Amidu Aqua is up against the Aduana captain. Here is Aqua, brought down by Maxwell Arthur. And Arthur will be lucky not to get a yellow card. Deliberate and it's silly from Arthur.
It's a cynical foul there. The referee will be very much gracious to pardon him. He knew exactly what he was doing. Clip Peter from behind. That is a technical foul. It's just being the live wire of the Asante Kotoko team every time they need an outlet. And he delivers almost every time he's called upon.
He won Kotoko that penalty last weekend when the beat out the book. He invited a challenge from Amankwa Befi, and Befi was caught in the trap, brought him down, and Morfin Donzo made no mistake. And this afternoon, he displayed those flashes of brilliance and has been very integral in this Kotoko onslaught. It's a free kick for Asante Kotoko. Lord Armour shows interest. Ensu has got a power drive, and Patrick Asiedu has got what it takes. Nearly the second for Asante Kotoko. He took a wicked deflection. It should have been going in, but for that deflection in the corner.
That was a wicked deflection there. He was aiming for the top left corner, but the deflection took it the other way. Prince Jose caught flat-footed. There was nothing he would have been able to do about that if it was going to be on target.
Lord Amwa eagerly looking for a second. Now Aduana will break away. And Marfo outnumbered and loses possession. Samba O'Neill
is the leader of the army, and he rescues them when they need him. That was a very good run back to obstruct the movement of Emmanuel Marfo and ultimately win in possession for Kotoko.
Ajman.
He should be careful. He's already on a yellow card. I'm quite surprised he's still making those decisions and being ragged in midfield.
Aside the 28 meetings of these two clubs in the Premier League, they met twice in the normalization committee's championship. Kotoko won here at the Babaya 1-0 and drew in Doma. But Aduana kicked Kotoko out of the MTN FA Cup a couple of seasons ago in the round of 16 when they beat them 1-0 in Doma in Kro. And this evening at the Babayara Stadium, they are drawing 1-1 in their 29th league fixture. Joseph Ablotto, the goal scorer, Lord Armour. Flicks one looking for Saka Dauda. He wins the throw-in. Final touch coming off Benchy.
Looks more like the referee has whistled for a foul instead.
Lord Armour to take the free kick for Asante Kotoko. Armour's delivery, away by Boache. Good ball from Ablo to Armour. He's got Denchi to beat. A double. Samba allows Baba to pick it up. Ensu. The target is Aqua. Good control from Aqua. The ball had already troubled outside the line. It's a good call. And Aqua has no cause to complain. He's asking whether the ball really went out. Yes, it did, Aqua.
That was a poor touch from him. And by the time Alex Boache decided to get any touch on that ball, he had already crossed the goal line for a goal kick. That was a good spread of play there from Henry Ento. Peter made a tweak of the touch. Playing the second control let him down. That should have easily been another goal scoring opportunity created by him from a wide area.
Aduana were pegged back last weekend at home in what was the top liner last weekend when they drew with Mediama Sporting Club. In a game Mediama claimed they dominated and should have won. That was the reaction in the post-match interview with Ibrahim Tanko, the gaffer. Aduana themselves have been in the news this week following the announcement of their parting ways with assistant coach W. Otando. They are now in search for a new assistant coach to help Chebari Stika. Here is Maxwell Arthur. He puts the ball behind Mizaki Free, uncharacteristically of Arthur. Morifin Donzo. Aqua. Baba Yaya and referee Moro just goes into the way of that Kotoko promising move. Baba was trying to set up Sambo O'Neill before the referee just came across that move.
Well, I think that unfortunately for he himself couldn't sort his feet out. The ball was on his right. A foot he barely has any comfortability in using. I think it was salvaged by the referee with that decision he made there.
60 minutes at the Babayara Sports Stadium in Kumasi. Kotoko 1, Aduana 1. Henry Enso, Samba O'Neill, Baba Yaya, good ball to Abidu Aqua. And Aqua gives away possession so easily.
Well, I think it's quite surprising he wanted to take an extra touch. Donzo was waiting for that ball right inside the penalty area.
Aduana are coming up with a double substitution. Mezaka Free is making way for Ben Sidibe, and Raymond Arjaman will make way for Patrick Mensah. Almost like for like substitutions by Choriba Aristika.
And clearly he knows how the game is going. He needs to quickly change Raymond Arjaman, who is on a yellow card. Kotoko having lots of dominance in that midfield. And I think for Meshach, he's really struggled to have any impact in this game. That needs more energy on the flanks.
Fresh legs for Aduana. One striker, one midfielder.
I think he's not looking at drawing this game or maintain the scoreline. He wants to go for a win. He needs the victory.
If they want to win the Premier League title, these are the games you take your chance in. And they're showing no signs of allowing Kotoko to dominate this game.
Intentional fouls, making sure that the clip players want they decide to be on the move. That acceleration there from Lord Amwa Kashot.
Hilary Adabo. Denchi sends it away. Enso to Baba. A double. He had to do that for the team.
Very combative midfielder. He picks his spot well. Industrious and knows when to cover.
Mensah's ball just goes outside for a goal kick. His first involvement in the game since his inclusion and having little impact so far. Here is Sidibe. He scored the only goal when Aduana beat Dreams FC this season in the Premier League. Plays in a two-man attack alongside Marfo as they look to get a second. A double. Morifin Donzo is the target. Anochi Bedu rises and gets a header on it. And Denchi comes under pressure, but decision goes in favor of Aduana.
That was far from Morifin Donzo. It's quite surprising that he struggles with the aerial challenges. Had to hold on to Anoche Bedu's shoulder to try have anything on that ball.
Here is Sidibe. Loses the challenge. Now, Boateng shoves off Enzo. Mensah. Sana to Marfo. He's drawing Ablo out of his area. Now Patrick Mensah. Denchi. Seydou Sana. There's a foul against Saka Dauda.
That's a silly challenge from him.
I've seen the referee reach his pocket, yes. That's a right call and a good decision to flash in the yellow card. But harsh challenge.
A bit of frustration from him there. It was too rash a challenge. And that was needless in that area. And clearly see his frustration from not having enough of the ball.
Saka Dauda, the second Kotoko player to be booked after Joseph Ablo. The journalist Emmanuel Marfo has been attended to after picking up a knock.
You see, Kotoko will still be looking forward to Babaya creating lots more chances. There's going to be the cog in that quagmire to give them lots of creativity. You can see Chobaristika also a little bit left frustrated. Things not going the way as he expects.
Patrick Mensah swings in the free kick and Marfo just can't make that contact. He arrived a shade late for that one, Emmanuel Marfo.
Another poor decision making there from the Asante Kotoko defense. That was a beautiful whip.
Kwame Opoku comes in to replace Saka Dauda, who just got yellow carded. Opoku scored against Adana last season at this venue. He gets to play in the last 23 minutes of this game, Kwame Opoku.
Well, he's been injured for quite a long time. He's a player they trust. Once they feed him, he's going to be able to get goals. But his return, he should spark some life into the team with Morifin Donzo.
Baba, here is Patrick Kasedi. That's Lord Amwa. Baba is pulling all afternoon. That's Maxwell Arthur just tracking him down. Across from Adabo. Good play from Aqua. Goes past Amponsa. He says Sababa, yeah. And that Kela is always rising above the goalpost as a goal kick.
The idea was clear. Very brilliant play there from Peter Amidu Aqua not to lose possession. Bringing it from the wide area, finding Baba. At least that should be on target. It fell right to his favorite foot.
Malfo with a long stretching pass, trying to get to Amponsa, but he can't get to Amponsa. Sedusana has gone off. His place is taken by Silas Cherme.
It's quite surprising.
I thought he was having a very good game, Sana Seidu.
Could be tactical.
Sure.
Kwame Poko with his experience. That was poor decision making, trying to get control of the ball with his arm.
The little porcupine enjoying the action and hoping that his team gets back on the score sheet. 70 minutes at the Babayara Sports Stadium in Kumasi. Kotoko 1, Adana 1.
It's quite surprising the players are confused, but they're being directed by the referee to go for a cooling break. Can see frustration from the fans. Quite surprised the decision from the referee.
The ever-present Porcupine Tertiary support base of Asante Kotoko always have a chance to drive the team on. And Vito will always take advantage of these breaks to put the message across. And I'm sure it will be to take the game to them.
Exactly.
What this fan is equally saying in the stands.
And you can see from Abdul Karim Zito, he wants his players to push a lot more, ask a lot more questions of the Adana midfield and defense. Well, she doesn't care. She's just enjoying herself. But the argument will continue in the stands.
And the traveling fans enjoying every bit of the action. They wouldn't mind to go back to the point. That'll be better than losing here against Kotoko, who ever since Adana's entry into the Premier League have become rivals with.
Exactly, they know the importance of this game, how uplifting it will be for them to get a point, and especially knowing that they drop points against Medium SC. They cannot afford to lose all 3 points again.
Water break over. We have 18 more minutes to play in this Kotoko, and Adana drawing 1-0 here in Kumasi. Watch his delivery. Ablo has the ball down. Watson to take the throw. Sadiba is beaten to the ears. Samba O'Neill. Good ball from Aqua, but it's a poor touch from Armour. Mensah will take it over for Adana. Malfo goes down from the challenge of Enso. He wanted a foul, but referee doesn't think so. And Kotoko hand possession to Adana. And Ponsa goes down, but it's advantage Aduana. Referee Moro whistles for that free kick to be taken against Kotoko.
That was poor decision making there from Hilaria Dabo. Was trying to expansively make that pass to Murphy and Donzo, but it fell to the wrong hand. And Donzo himself had to join to make that foul to keep his team safe.
Watch it. Trying an audacious one from a distance.
That's wasteful. Pretty much wasteful.
Ready to apologize for his charges. Time for Dito to test the partnership between Marifin Donzo and Kwame Opoku following the exit of Albert Amoa. These two remain Kotoko's real out-and-out strikers in the first team. I thought there was an earlier foul before these two collided. Ablo.
That was pretty nasty from the two players. The whistle had already gone. Couldn't understand how they decided to go in ragged, the two players.
That's Mensah, who just came into the game. Patrick Mensah and Joseph Ablo. That's wild from those two.
That's very much nasty from the two players. The sliding tackle from Mensah. And then Ablo already on a yellow card. The whistle had gone. No need to launch into a challenge like that. They'll be lucky to be acquitted of a second yellow card.
"75 minutes. 15 minutes away from a draw for Aduana or Kotoko, but it's very obvious that a goal can be scored before the 90 minutes. It's a very much open contest. Ablo will be lucky
on every watch. That's nasty.
If he doesn't get a red card.
The tackle on Yaya and the reaction from Ablo, both yellow cards. I think the referee has spared the players.
Trying to ensure he sympathizes with them in these last 4 minutes. Patrick Kasedu's delivering to the Aduana box. Opoku is beaten by Boatete. There is Samba O'Neill. The Kotoko captain is brought down by Silas Treme. Free kick committed by the Aduana number 6 on the Kotoko number 6.
I think Treme is not doing himself any good giving away free kicks. He gave that earlier one in the heart of midfield away, and he's giving one closer to the penalty area. He needs to be a bit more careful with his challenges. Drawing inches closer, want to become ragged just before the penalty area, and inside the penalty area, it could be more costly.
Kotoko have a free kick as they go in search of the second goal. Samba O'Neill, the captain, shows interest. Patrick Kasedu has shown desire, and Enso is equally interested. Samba to Kasedu, he drives one and it's blocked by Boache. Here is Samba O'Neill. Henry Enso with a poor pass, and Patrick Mensah will take over. He's trying to send one in from Ponsa, but Aziz Dari is out to clear the danger.
Very good read of the game there by the goalkeeper. He knew the mistake his centre-back had committed. And once that delivery was sent in onto the right, quickly rushing out of his goalkeeper's area to make the clearance. Well, he could have been more calm to keep possession for his side though.
Good ball from Mafuton Ponsa. Swings in across. Mafu is lurking. Gets something on it, and Dari gets it away for Asante Kotoko. Patrick Mensah. Sellers Chairman. Maxwell Arthur. Lovely switch to the right and finds Boateng. He wants to drive from that distance. He sends one and it's saved by Dari. He nearly gave it away like he did in the first half of the Adana opening goal. Sidibe was just lurking around to take a full advantage, and Dari is lucky this time.
Once again, quite questionable read of the game there from Asante Kotoko's defense. That was a very good drive from Sidibe. As you can see, this time around, Ablo was present to power pressure. This man was rather Henry Entu. He stretched his leg and it was enough to prevent Emmanuel Mafo from having a second laugh in the game.
Joseph Ablo. Patrick Mensah. That flick from Mafo doesn't get to bring any positive vibe for Adana. Kotoko get into the groove here as Baba trying to pick out Kwame Opoku, and Osei is quick to react.
The idea was clear, intelligent play from Baba, but goalkeeper quick to the ball. He read the situation.
Hilary Adabo surging forward for Kotoko. Here is Adabo. That's a dive. No foul, Adabo. It was obvious he dived.
It was a poor touch from him the second time, and there was no way Anochibedu was going to allow him make that movement.
Amponsa, good movement. He goes down, no foul. Legitimate tackle from the Kotoko backline. It's 80 minutes at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. Asante Kotoko 1, Adana FC 1. Here's Lord Armour. He sees the movement of Opoku but decides to go to Aqua. Adabo. Lord Armour does what to still hang on. Patrick Mensah taking no chances with a sliding challenge. Aqua. Lord Armour, he's got a double calling for it. Here is a double swings in across Opoku's header, but it's not causing any problems for Adana.
Very good effort there from Kwame Opoku, but there was no way Alex was going to make him free to pounce on that ball for a very good connection.
Patrick Siedu. Now Amidu Aqua. Lovely play to go past Silas Sherman. Baba gets to Amidu Aqua again. Here is Lord Armour. Kotoko beginning to show signs of their readiness to get a second, and Baba's shot across. Caught by Osei. Promising move, but the end product not yielding any positive results.
Very good pass there. Peter Amidu Aqua picking him up in this run. Papai Yaya, not his favorite forward. But actually, there could have been a better really. Kwame Opoku lacking just the penalty spot, waiting for that ball. And he questions him, why not a cutback instead of a cross?
Hansen and Ponsa, fouled by Patrick Siedu. Free kick for Adana.
Siedu taking one for the team. He had to bring his man down. He was out of position. Hansen was on the run. Could have had an easy way to cross that ball through. He saw the reaction from Choba Aristika. He wants his team to calm down. He'll be happy to go back to the man with a point.
And these fans are charged even in the draw. As we watch on, they seem to have some confidence that something might just work out for Kotoko to just come back into the game. It's the Adana fans who have gone quiet at this time, and it's the Kotoko fans who have found their voices. But it's Adana who have a free kick at this point. Adoma Koboatin to take. Sends one in. Alex goes up. Chance for Adana. That was really close. It's a goal kick.
Once again, Kotoko's defense caught ball watching. Not too much aggressive, trying to attack the ball in their defensive end. And that would have easily been a goal. Alex Boache Samba, not with the best of clearance. because he was pounced on right there by Patrick Mensah. Unfortunately, it was off target. It's going to be interesting in the final minutes of the game. I'm sure any team that manages to score, the other will find it difficult to get a response.
Ablo's delivery. Opoku flicks it. Malfin Donzo is chasing, but goalkeeper will say, very alert, won't take any chances.
That was very good strength there from Kwame Opoku. Even with two defenders managing to get a flick, Donzo was following and actually miscalculated his steps in trying to win back possession.
Aduana will go top of the Premier League table if they win this game, because Mediama have already gone to the top spot following their win over 11 Wonders. Hearts of Lions have climbed to second spot with 21 points. Aduana, as it stands now, remain third with 20 points. Baba Yaya to Samba O'Neil. Adabo goes for the volley and it's straight to Osei.
Very intelligent play there from Samba O'Neil. Picked up his man Adabo. The greatest player with instinctive finishing. Good control on his chest, but going for the acrobatic play, it was too feeble to beat goalkeeper Prince Osei.
Kotoko will move to the sit position if it stays this way, but they could be moving to the fourth spot if they win this game. That would mean they will go past Accra Hearts of Oak with a victory in this game. It's 1-1 at 85 minutes. Here is Lord Amwa, the goal scorer for Kotoko. Kwame Opoku is a foul against the Kotoko striker. Free kick.
Well, Sidibe was clever, making sure that he quickly got in front of Kwame Opoku, and Opoku hitting him from behind, right in front of the referee. They were disappointed. His control got too much away from his body.
That's the earlier opportunity that fell to Adabo. He did want to control and improvise with a left-footed volley, but it's not beating Osei.
Clever from Samba O'Neil. Brilliant passing to find his man. Kwame Opoku wanted him to be calm, but he couldn't wait, and that was a feeble effort there. And Henson and Ponta.
Sam Adams comes in to replace Henson and Ponsa, and he's taking a yellow for time wasting. And Sam Adams is very familiar with this territory.
Yeah.
He once joined Asante Kotoko, but he failed to live up to expectation and decided to go back to Doma, where he's found some stability. Sam Adams, the last time they played here, he missed the penalty. Here is Baba Yaya. Baba gives the ball away cheaply. And here is Boache. He also hands possession to Ablo.
Quite disappointing play from the two teams in the final third of the pitch.
Flag goes up and Kwame Opoku is offside. More minutes to wrap up the game at 90 minutes. Samba O'Neil. Here is Baba Yaya. Press 1-2. Lord Amwa. Adabo. Amwa. Here is Baba Yaya. Tries to get to Kwame Opoku, but too much on that one for Kwame Opoku.
The intent was clear there, but that was quite a difficult pass for Kwame Opoku to pick up. But quite disappointed. He wanted to find find the channel Opoku was running to. He's trying to create some more magic, but it's not happening as he wants.
88 minutes. Kotoko 1, Aduana 1. Amwa. Sam Adams trying this effort from the distance. Here's, remember, Duma Kubuatin and Samba O'Neal take over. Here is Baba. Donzo, Adabo, Samba O'Neal. Pushed down by Sidibe. Referee says game on. Sam Adams trying to get to Mafo. Enzo arrives and gets to Dari. Samba to Baba Yaya. Baba is twisting and turning but going nowhere. He wins the free kick from the challenge of Patrick Mensah.
Baba causing all the trouble, but he's still finding it difficult to find that final pass that can break. And that's another disappointing delivery. Straight into the arms of goalkeeper Prince Osei.
We've done 90 minutes. We're doing 5 additional minutes at the Babayara Stadium. It's 1-1 between Kotoko and Aduana. These final 5 minutes will be really crucial for both sides.
You can clearly see both sets of teams a bit worked out, trying to find that energy to be attacking the ball.
Babayaya's delivery. Donzo, chance for Kotoko. Opoku goes down. Is a corner for Asante Kotoko. Late pressure from the Porcupines. They have a corner now.
That was a very brilliant play there from Asante Kotoko. A double finding Babayaya with a very good delivery. Donzo, another very best of headers. You can see goalkeeper Prince Osei making sure that Kwame Opoku had virtually nothing to pounce on.
Donzo was trying to improvise and go with a header. Mensah's clearance. But the flag had already gone up for offside against Asante Kotoko.
That was just a foul blow had found himself in an offside position.
Aduana have a Bruno Derby up next against Brecum Chelsea on match day 11 at the Nana Ajimambe do the first pack in Doma in Kro. Kotoko, they have 2 crucial games. The sit-round outstanding game against Young Apostles on Wednesday. Then they have a trip to the west to play former champions Samatex next weekend.
It's quite a difficult line of fixtures for Asante Kotoko. There's a reason why they are eager to get all 3 points this particular game.
There's a poor ball from Henry Enso.
Lots of decisions coming from him has gone pretty wrong. Giving the ball away.
The fans, some of the fans have already started going out of the stadium. The dejection on the faces of the Kotoko bench.
It's quite interesting to see how this game finishes up. Aduana also wasted possession.
Amidu Akwa up against Alex Boache. Aduana has never lost a match day 10 fixture in the Premier League against Asante Kotoko. They've already met 3 times. 2 wins for Aduana and a draw, with the last draw coming in the 2022-23 season when it ended goalless. And the status quo seems to be continuing in this evening's fixture. Samba O'Neill. Kotoko appeal for a handball. Referee's not interested. The first time they met in a match day 10 fixture was in the 2010 season, where Aduana beat Kotoko by 2-0, and they beat them again on match day 10 in the 2021 season by 1-0. And so Kotoko have not been lucky against Aduana on match day 10, and it's obvious this game will end with Aduana not losing against Kotoko once again on match day 10. This should be it. Signs of frustration already setting in for the Porcupine Warriors. Aduana have given Kotoko a good run for their money. For Aduana, it will be a precious point won away from home. And Marfo, if he doesn't walk off after the medical team have come on the pitch, then he gets a yellow card. So it's obvious these fans will be happy going back to Domahinkro with what might just be a precious point for them against Kotoko.
Well, clearly for a team that had a double over you last season, if you come all the way to secure a point at their dreaded home ground, that is quite important and impressive.
Waiting for the final whistle from referee Imoro Osman. Alex Boache balloons the ball away. That's the final whistle. A 1-1 draw between Asante Kotoko and Aduana FC at the Babayara Sports Stadium. The top liner have lived up to it. Exciting football. 2 teams unwilling to drop points, and it's Asante Kotoko who would feel they should be making most of the home advantage. For Aduana, they remain unbeaten in their last 6 Premier League games, and Asante Kotoko still remain the only unbeaten team in the Premier League with 2 more standing games to play. It's full time at the Babayara Sports Stadium on match day 10 of the Ghana Premier League. Asante Kotoko 1, Aduana FC 1.
So after 90 minutes of exciting football here at the Barbayara Sports Stadium, against the cellmates 1-1 between Asante Kotoko and of course Adana. My name is Mutala Yakubu. I've been joined by the head coach of the Porcupine Warriors, that is Karim Zito. Coach, I mean, you were optimistic of getting all 3 points, but it ends in a draw. 1 point for you. Are you satisfied with the performance?
I'm not satisfied, but I can't blame anybody because when you look at our game, our three games previously, you will see a lot of change in this game. Why? Because of injuries. You understand me? So it was like we were even when you look at us in the field, we couldn't put 1-2 together. So I have to do an early tactical change to bring in Baba so that we stabilize. So if I tell her I'm okay, I'm not okay, because on our way of winning or trying to win the league, we should win all the home matches. So now it is another depth that we should go at all costs, go away and go and win. But at the end of the day, this is what comes. So there's nothing I can do now.
Last you saw, the first half was dominated by Adana. It forced you to make a change.
Yes.
But the second half was a completely different story. Was there a tactical switch in the second half?
Yes, of course. We are playing home. Automatically, we have to attack. It was getting to the end, getting to about 10 to 8 minutes. I said we should cool down, because if you go, you don't get it. They should not score. So tactically, we apply everything we can according to the players we are having. So this is the best we can do for today, but we are still fighting.
Now, still unbeaten in the league. Does this show the progress that you've made so far?
Seriously, I prefer winning one of these two draws than playing draw. But in another way, as you said, we are yet to lose a game. But in terms of points, losing one, winning one is better.
Okay, of course. And you know that midweek you have a game. What needs to change going into that midweek fixture against?
By next week, I think most of my players will come back.
Okay. All right. Thanks very much, Coach. Wish you all the best in your subsequent games there. Coach Karim Zito of Asante Kotoko, clearly not happy with the points that he got in that one. And he's saying that he would have preferred winning this one against Adana. But yes, in the stalemate 1-1 here at the Barbayara Sports Stadium. I've been joined by the head coach of Adana Stars, or Adana FC, Shoba Aristika. Coach, 1 point for you. Are you satisfied with the results?
Yes, for me, congratulations from the player about his respect our plan tactic from the first minute to 90 minutes. I tell you before the game, the Kotoko have the individual player better us, but us have the better team inside in the pitch from discipline, tactic, and working together. I have another 3 or 4 chances from the score. If it's coming the score, maybe I will win the game. But also Kotoko have 3 or 4 chances from the score. Congratulations from these two teams about he play very good today, very good football. If he's continue like this, is good from the football in the Ghana.
Of course. And next game you are playing Brekum Chelsea at home. Which part of your team do you need massive development before that game?
Yes, it's another tactic, another plan. You play home, you change the plan tactic. You need press the opponent. It's the derby from the Brekum Chelsea. About Brekum Chelsea now have the points. Is down in the league. Is the hard game, but all the game is hard now in the Premier League. All the team have a good player. All the team have the good information from another player. But for me, I am happy about our team. I see today gradually you will go up, and let's continue the hard. Let's continue the serious. The player focus from the next game and collect the maximum points.
Thanks very much, Coach. And we also wish you the very best in your games that you'll be playing. That is the head coach of Adana FC, Shoba Aristika, there saying that he is satisfied with the 1 point that he's gotten from today's game. It has not been an easy one for them coming up against Asante Kotoko. Very shortly, we'll be joined by the most valuable player in today's game, Samba O'Neill. He is the captain of Asante Kotoko. The Samba, it's 1-1. I know you wanted to win this one, but how do you feel about the results in the first place?
We are playing home, so mostly we wanted to win. So the draw is no good for us. Definitely we wanted to win. That's why we fight, but the results didn't come, and we are so down about the result.
Now I saw that the first half you started slowly, and coach had to even make a substitution. What really accounted for that slow start?
That one I think is like some fatigue. In the first half we start slow because of the fatigue, and in the end of the first half we was getting our energy was coming small. That's why.
Okay. Now next game you are playing a midweek fixture against Young Apostles. Where in the team should which department of the team should improve before that game?
Everywhere we need to improve every day. So I think that game against the Young Apostle, we need to mostly win the game. Even though it will not help us, so we need to focus on the win the game.
Thanks very much. The Samba O'Neil is the most valuable player in today's game. He was actually the most valuable player the last time Kotoko played in match day 9 of the Ghana Premier League against Hearts of Oak. We take a quick breather here on TV3. When we return, Jeffrey will join me to wrap up. It's all over here at the Baba Sports Stadium. Asante Kotoko drawing 1-1 with Aduana FC. I mean, everyone is gone. It's left with me and my uncle, Jeffrey Asare. Jeff, big game. Yes, the draw. Fair result to you?
Of course. I mean, it was a game of two halves. First half dominated by Aduana Stars, had a goal last minute. Kotoko equalized, and then the second half Kotoko started dominating, especially with Babaya substitution. I mean, he came on and he started driving the team forward. Lord Amwa, I mean, playing better in the second half. Adabo, I mean, increasing the intensity, and then Samba Onel played so well. So it was a game of two halves. And then Kotoko had chances. Babaya had two chances. He failed to connect it. Kwampuku had one. And then Dauda CDB also, that wonderful drive that goalkeeper Aziz Haruna had to save. So it was a game of two halves. And excellent performance.
For the neutrals, this was an entertaining game for Kotoko fans. 2 points drop at home. And for Aduana, a point gain against one of the biggest clubs in the Ghana Premier League at the moment. This is where we call it a wrap with our coverage of match day 10 of the Ghana Premier League right here from the Baba Sports Stadium. It ended between Asante Kotoko and Aduana. A stalemate. It ended 1-1, and both are going away with 1 point. My name is Mutale Akubu. I did this with Jeffrey Asari, and from the entire crew of Adisa Production Limited, we say have a good evening and see you on the road for match day 11.